It's still January 28th, 2024, and I am still reading Maui article from 1971 National Geographic. I'm going to start here over again, even though I did a little bit of this already. Portuguese lilt flavors cowboy speech. Paliku Ranger Cabin was a welcome sight after our 10-mile hike. It stands in the meadow of heavy grass at the base of the sheer 1,000-foot cliff. No sooner than we were safely indoors, the rains came down. Larry explained that this end of the crater gets a great deal of spillover from the torrential downpours windward Haleakala. In 1968, we got 250 inches of rain here at Paliku. It's far wetter than the wettest place in the continental U.S. The jangle and spurs and the blowing of horses announced the arrival of the company. 3 hunting goats were checking on the Nini. They were members of the substantial Portuguese community at Makauai, I don't know, which provides many of Maui's cowboys. Supper featured venison from the Molokai and meat of the goats that the men had killed. Conversation often turned to the exploits of horsemen, the sentences ending in the lilt so characteristic of Hawaiian Portuguese speech. In my bunk after dinner, I drifted into slumber. I heard one of the men telling his horse had once spooked on Halamau, throwing him over the cliff. Early the next morning, we headed for Kaupo Gap. Misty veils drifted across the precipitous cliffs and gulches, and our trail led through sopping wet grass, sometimes waist high, and our shoes squished with every step against the thunder and waterfalls. We heard the song of the crimson Apapane, a squeaky call of the iwi, whose vermilion feathers were eagerly sought for the cloaks of Hawaiian chiefs of old. Heavy growths of ferns and mosses and trees and flowering plants created lushness and had been starkly absent when we entered Halakale crater the day before. Halfway to the mountain, under the giant koa tree, Park Ranger Tom Vaughn met us with a 4-wheel drive Scout for the rest of our journey. We were on our way to Hana. Hana is the isolated village in the eastern end of Maui. It is also a district in a 36-mile stretch along the deeply indented flowering coastline from Kiane's Lavatang north to the Kaupo, the last outpost before the desert begins on the south. Live 1,000 souls. But above all, Hana is the state of mind, the way of life that harks back to old Hawaii. Most of Hana's people are related to one another. The Polynesian strain is unmistakable. The strong, handsome faces and the brown skin, the love of life, disposition, in a few cases, a huge bulk of the chiefs of old. Some can boast of pure Hawaiian blood, and even a little Hawaiian blood is a reason for pride on the islands. You can leave Hana by air, or you can drive a frighteningly narrow, tortuous sea cliff road, a roller coaster on its side that repays apprehension with stunning views of sharply slashed gulches, cascading waterfalls, and exuberance of vegetation. But a few of Hana's people seemed inclined to leave. They already live in the version of paradise. They even call it Heavenly Hana. At first glance, life in Hana seems to be as modern as anywhere in the island. At Hasagawa's general store, given a measure of fame in a song written by Paul Weston some years ago. You can almost buy anything you want. The TV reception is very poor in most places because the mountain blocks transmission. Yet I saw families parked along the Hana Road watching portable TVs plugged into their car cigarette lighters. But Hana is different nonetheless. Even Haole, white man, outsider, can sense it. Change comes more slowly here. Far more people can still speak Hawaiian tongue with its distinctive staccato sounds. And those who do not speak Hawaiian are adept at pidgin, a form of makeshift English with Hawaiian, and sometimes Oriental words thrown in. Pau, finish. With this one before you go. You fella go home, says Pow this before you fella go home, says the supervisor. So am my body. I'm sore all over, says the patient. One cow, eat the food you cow. One pill. This is like crazy. I'm having a hard enough time without the pidgin dialect here. Momo, sleep until cow, and Moa instructs the nurse. The kind movie. One man take a film lecture is community house. The kind movie is all talk, film action. A teacher in Hana High School used to use pidgin to get across the difficult points in Shakespeare. A year ago, in the community produced a play to an overflowing crowd, My Three Angels, done entirely in pidgin. I'm going to go back and do some of these. Oh, I did that one. These pictures here. That's gorgeous, huh? Don't know if you're getting a good shot of that or not, but foaming surf, its sweep against the rock outcrops off Koike Head in Maui's east coast, where a net fisherman and a pair of swimmers make a lonely cove of their own. Is there people in there? I can't even see them. Oh, there. Looks beautiful. And then there's this one. What does this caption say? Cane sugar still reigns on Maui. The island's output of 269,000 tons helped boost the 50th state's production in the first in the nation. Women at left unties a bundle of sea cane thrown out by her companion and drops each cutting into a prepared furrow. Some 2 years will pass before the cane ripens, reaching 3 times the height of a man. Demand for sugar soared in the U.S. Civil War, pumping new life into an economy shaken by the whaling's decline. And that's the picture. Let's do a few more. Pungent aroma of pa'oi, a pig-baked hole in the imu earth, or earth oven, lined with heated stones, tantalizes guests at luau at Hotel Hana Ranch in East Maui. Which picture is that? It's gotta be that one. Yeah, there it is. Echoing scalloped breakers on the shore below balconies, the Sheraton Maui Hotel overlook Kanapale Beach. The hotel stands on a sacred rock, which spirits were said to leap into the world beyond. I wonder if that hotel's still there. And this one. Missing a beat. A student from Hana Elementary School finds a whimsical and difficult way to strum his guitar while holding an after-school snack of 2 wild oranges. Right, did I read that part? Oh, here we go. I'm losing the focus again. Here we go. Did I leave off? Okay, this is where I left off. Talent for feasting survives in Hana. I found that the luau, or feast, still plays an important role in Hana life, celebrating a wedding, a first birthday of a child, or moving to a new house. At such a time, regular work takes second place to preparations for the luau. What is more important, after all, than net casting for fish in the cove behind Koiki Head, or wading into a pool of Makapipi stream, Makapaipai, to net Opay freshwater shrimp, or clambering down the cliffs near Kanei to pry succulent Opihi limpets from the tidal rocks. The old arts and crafts have not been totally lost at Hana. Mrs. Maria Marcel and English Hawaiian one, whose serene face belies her 75 years, showed me how to weave lauhala mats, and Wilfred Kala demonstrated how to pour taro tubers into the mucilaginous staple called poi that Hawaiians love to eat. Machines now make poi all over the islands. Hold on. Tradition, customs, and religious ideas never die easily. Even today, a century and a half after coming to the missionaries, the ancient Hawaiian spirit world has not vanished completely. Nowhere is this more evident than Hana. For example, as Dr. Milton Howell, Hana's beloved Haole doctor, told me, it's unwise to ask a man if he's going fishing. If he reveals his intentions, the spirits might overhear and drive the fish away. It is also taboo to take anything red in a fishing boat. If you bring bananas along, you will be most unpopular. They mean trouble. It is also considered bad to take pork along on a trip. The car will not work, or you will have an accident. However, if you wrap pork in tie leaves, then there is no danger. Spirits are widely supposed to hang out in sacred places. I heard many stories about drums beating and lights shining at the heias, or temples, where human sacrifices once took place. Oh, I keep finding that. Human sacrifices. That's in like everything. Come across that everywhere. The Hawaiians stay away from such spots on principle. I found the largest heiau in the island's stone platform, 425 feet long and 50 feet high on one side, hiding in a jungle just a few miles from the jeep from Hanatown to the stonework itself being cleared of the heavy covering of guava, pandanus, and kukui trees. Oh, that's an interesting picture. What is that? It looks like a cactus of some sort. Let's read that caption. Jewel of the Wasteland, a silver sword. That's a silver sword. Oh, that's the one they were talking about. A silver sword gleams on the floor of Halakala crater, kin to the sunflower. The plant grows only on the islands, Maui and Hawaii. Once in its lifetime of 4 to 20 years, it sets up a glorious stalk of purplish flowers, and then it dies. Hawaii's state bird, the nini, once flourished on Maui and Hawaii. Thousands of geese were killed to provision whaling ships, and they became extinct on Maui. Birds reared somewhere elsewhere were reintroduced to Halakala crater in 1962, but survival in the native wilds remain uncertain. That's an interesting bird. I wonder if it's still around. I think they say it's pronounced Nini, or it might be Neen. I'm not sure. All right, back to the article. This is a longer article than I thought it was going to be, but I need to finish it now. What? It won't do you any good to try and photograph it, one old-timer told me. The spirits fog the film. Unfortunately, the spirits weren't working very hard when I snapped my pictures. One day I sat down to talk story chat with a group of Hana people whose memories go back a long way, and I was particularly interested in learning about the Aumakua. Every Hawaiian family once had an Aumakua, personal ancestor god, quite distinguished from such shadowy august deities as Ku, the war god. The Aumakua might take the form of a shark, a lizard, or an owl, but whatever its form, it served as a family protector. Does anyone still believe in Aumakua? I asked. I don't know anyone who does, said one tutu grandmother quickly. Then she smiled. But I can tell you one thing, our Aumakua is a shark. Another woman added, our Aumakua is a shark too, but I wouldn't go near one. Because the Aumakua was supposed to enter the body through the head. The man's head was considered kapu, sacred and forbidden. To this day, it is not wise to pinch the cheeks or pat the head of a Hawaiian child. I asked about the Akualili, destructive flying spirit. I saw one once, said Miss Eva Kalama, who had lived in Hana all her 70 years. I was a little girl, maybe 10. My father was a mailman, and he had to go to Haiku between Kane and Honomanu Gulch. We were on horseback. I saw a big ball of fire, 2 feet across, and it had a long tail like a thread. I asked my father about it, and he said it was an Akulili. It was going to a sorcerer, and then my father yelled, bang, and the ball of fire broke into pieces and fell into the ocean. Learning to cherish tradition. Can Maui continue to preserve the best of its past? Can it weather the forces that have turned some of the world's places of beauty into nightmares of noise, crowds, pollutions, high-rise, and bad taste? The answer may be found in the part with men like Sam Kai, Tim Mitchell of West Maui. It may also be found in Hana, the town east of Maui. Directly below Koiki, the cottages of Hotel Hana Ranch merge so deftly with the landscape you scarcely know they are there. It was by design that the original builders kept the hotel unobtrusive, and the current owners intend to keep it that way. Taylor, a tap prior to Makai Corporation, operates not only the hotel but also the surrounding 7,000 acres of Hana Ranch. It has strong feelings on the matter. Hawaii is a very fragile being. It can be seriously hurt by thoughtless, unbridled development. I'm going to pause right there and say, right now they're trying to put all the ashes into Pele's womb on Maui. Go to Hawaii Real Estate and get updates there. Very, very, very disgusting what they're doing there right now. All of the trash, all the waste from the burn, what they're doing to that island, they're just absolutely killing it. Hawaii is a very fragile being. Listen to that. And can be very seriously hurt by thoughtless, unbridled development. Our aim is not to change the culture, but rather add to it. Keep a balance between pasture and people and visitors. We see Hana as a useful microcosm of society, of cultures preserved by civilization. But the people have a lot to offer if they can maintain their traditional ways. We want to give them an economic base, but not change them at that base. Part of the answer to Maui's future is also oops, sorry. Getting text messages coming in right now too. Can be found in Kapahuli Valley,